Okay, moving on to the US dollar CAD now. This one's kind of really disappointed me, to be honest. We took the long inside day. We had the inside bar there, so we took a long position on that one. We did make the first target, which was sort of 150 pips, around about there. So that was good. And then it came down and removed us to break even by probably about 5 pips or something like that. And then obviously shot up from there, which I was fully expecting. I can't remember which day it was. Maybe last week's weekly outlook or the week before, but the monthly candle had been up here and it was sitting here, and I was obviously fairly confident that there was no way we were going to close the month all the way down there. That would just be such a random kind of move. But this pair is really setting up now to go long. We can see the buy setups in place on the daily chart, and on the monthly chart we're going to complete a thrust bar, a TD thrust bar on the monthly. So that's going to really sort of start to push this pair up. Certainly heading up towards that 1.1023 level to turn the market bullish on the weekly basis as well, and then from there we'll kick on even further from there. And I mean, we're going to remove the TDST resistance here on the weekly, on this weekly close this week. So everything's looking bullish on this market, and I'm just a tiny bit sort of gutted that we were taken out of this trade, because it was quite a good one. I did plan to hold this one to at least that 1.1219 level. But anyway, as I've been saying as well, the chance is obviously not gone. There's going to be plenty more opportunities here. I mean, we know the market's going to be bullish now, so we just need to kind of try and pick our spot to get back in. And I mean, we're still below the trend continuation point, so there's still a good part of this trade to go. And then obviously the weekly are setting up, and the monthlies also setting up for a bit of an up move. The other thing I did say was to try and buy a retest of the 0286 level once it was removed to the close, and I think I went over it in one of the videos. I think there was one trade, maybe 20 pips risk, which got first target and then break even. Second trade, maybe about the same risk, which was stopped, and then the third entry was about 18 pips risk, and obviously would have made your sort of first target level and possibly up, as high as sort of 480 pips at one point. So again, that's quite disappointing as well, because this is actually set up perfectly. Couldn't really have been any better, but there you go. So yeah, going in terms of going into this week, I think what we could do now is hopefully we'll maybe make some bearish thrust bars, and we'll just keep an eye on the highs of those candles, and once they're removed to the close, then look to buy a retest of those levels, on the demarc front anyway, and sort of thrust front. Otherwise, we can also maybe start to look for another inside day similar to this one, and look to trade a breakout of that inside day. So yeah, in terms of going into this week though, there's nothing doing initially anyway, in this market that I can see. I mean, we can also actually see here we removed the thrust level to the close there and had a retest. I think it was a pretty quick retest. There wasn't really any signals, but you can see when a market's ready to go, it's really ready to go, and these signals are a given really. But yeah, so that's what we'll do looking into this week. Just wait and see if we can maybe form some bearish thrusts. Yeah, bearish thrusts, and then if we can remove the highs to the close, look to get involved again in that. But certainly this market's looking bearish, and going into the sort of last full week of the month, we can see here that we're going to make a thrust bar. I'd be surprised now if we gave back all of these gains. Okay, cheers guys.